talk about that one or two numericals based on that. Little bit means based on your fundamental theories. Now today we will talk about what is radiation. And in last class we have also seen that for conduction and convection there will be some kind of medium will be required, some kind of contacting pattern will be required, but for radiation nothing is required, means it could not require any kind of material, any kind of substance to transfer heat. Before going to into, we will see what are the basic thing and how the conduction will occur, and we will also discuss what is the black body, and these things we have also already discussed, but we will see little bit glimpse of that. First of all, what is radiation? The thermal radiation is energy emitted by matter that is at a non-zero temperature. Okay, and although we will focus on radiation from solid surface emission, may also occur from liquid and the gases. The energy of the radiation field is transported due to electromagnetic wave. Means there is the one thing, due to electromagnetic wave, the heat is transferring from one position to the another position. And here we have also highlighted, while heat transfer of energy by conduction and convection require presence of any kind of medium or any kind of material kind of thing, but radiation, it does not require any kind of contacting pattern. Okay, then we will talk about what is the mechanism. Before going to into that radiation, we will see the fundamental thing. We have seen due to the electromagnetic wave there is the some kind of transfer of energy, but how it is happening, what is the basic behind that? First we will see the very basic theory, which is called as the Prevost theory, which tells us about the how the energy it is transferring from one energy or one substance to the another substance. This is the statement, like every material body at any temperature above absolute zero radiated heat to the surrounding and at the same time absorb heat from the surrounding. What does that mean? Means if you have any kind of body, it have tendency to absorb heat and it have tendency to emit heat. It will emit heat from the surface, okay, I'm talking about from the surface. If you have wear any kind of cloth or any kind of tube bulb, your fan, each and every time if it is in equilibrium position, then it will transmit some kind of radiation and it will emit at the same time it will emit and it will radiate some kind of energy in the form of electromagnetic wave. Okay, this is the basic thing which tells which is discussed by Prevost theory. And then how the heat transfer which is happening. If you have any kind of body, if the surrounding temperature, your surrounding temperature, I'm writing ST, surrounding temperature, if it is higher than this particular body, TB, I'm writing here TB, your body temperature, then what will happen? It will absorb more energy if your surrounding temperature it is very high. Okay, if it is very high. But if your body temperature it is very high, then it will emit energy to the surrounding because it will try to maintain itself in equilibrium. Equilibrium means your emission and absorption both will be equal. Okay, to prove this thing, generally there is one basic formula is there, that Q proportional to area. Okay, because it will be depend on your area. Higher will be the area, higher will be the absorption, and higher will be your emission as well. And it is also depend on temperature as well. Q depend on temperature as well. If the temperature will be very high, it may be your surrounding, it may be your body where emission or absorption will happen, then it will depend on your temperature as well. Okay, these are the two property which is generally depend on. Then if you'll write a formula, like it will be Q is equal to EAT. E is your emissive weight, EAT. E will be your emissive power. Emissive power. It is clearly mentioned here. It is emissive power, means this kind of this amount of energy it will emit, or it will you can say it will exert into your ambient or into your surroundings. Okay, this is your emissive power. Now, similar kind of thing, there is one more property which is called as the absorptivity. Absorptivity means how much it will absorb. It will be depend on your alpha as well. So if the surrounding temperature it is very high, then it will absorb heat. Then it will be depend on your absorptivity will be very high. It will absorb. But if you have any heated body, like it is heated body, then it will emit heat into surrounding. So here will come the absorptivity, but it will be depend on which parameter is dominant, which parameter is less. Now, if you have any kind of body, sorry, this is your any random body and this is your black body. See the concept of black body. This is any kind of body. I'm writing here B, and this is the black body. Black body. Okay. Now, we know, we have read from the theory, for the ideal condition, this only exists in ideal condition, this black body, that it will absorb all amount of energy. All amount of energy. Okay. Means it will completely absorb all heat. If you are just, I'm assuming that you are giving 100 incident light. I'm just giving example. Okay, just 100. I'm taking 100. If all the 100 rays will come around the surface, it will absorb all that incident light. Okay, but the normal body, it will absorb only, if I'm assuming, if it will absorb near about 60 or 40, 50, I'm taking 60. Now you can see it is absorbing 100 completely because this is black body, and it is absorbing normal body. Absorption will be lower as compared to black body. Okay, so I am assuming here it is absorbing only 60. Now, if you will talk about absorptivity, you have already seen that black body, it completely absorbed all the radiation. Okay, so here absorptivity for black body will be 1. You are claiming that it is a very good absorber. Okay, so it will absorb, and it have all the 100 incident light, or you can say all the 100 rays. What will happen when it will try to maintain it will try to maintain equilibrium condition? Then what it will do, it will radiate all the 100 light, all the 100 incident lights into environment, because it will try to maintain the equilibrium. Okay, so if you will see, if it have the 100, then it will emit 100 out of 100 light around the surface or around the surrounding. Okay, but here incident, it absorb only 60. Okay, then what will happen, from 60 it will absorb only 60, because it have condition of absorption of 60 rays, so it will emit only 60 rays. And if you will compare with normal body with the black body, then you will find that black body, it is a good emitter and good absorber as well. So that's why we have written the black body alpha will be when 1 means it have very good absorption capacity and good absorber, and good, of course it will absorb more. And if you will compare with normal body, then it absorption will be lower, and definitely emission will be very lower. And here we have written which absorb all the radiation falling on the surface at any temperature, at any incident light, means it will absorb completely. And after second statement, what I have written, this is the effect of that, which emit maximum radiation at a given temperature as compared to other bodies. Now this, I have taken some other bodies, and this is your black body. When you will compare, then definitely if it is absorbing more, it will emit more. This normal body absorption will be lower, and here the emission will be lower. This was the mechanism of the black body. Okay. Okay, generally people, they are thinking black body means some kind of black surface. No, this is not correct. Black body can be anything, any type of color which can absorb heat. What does that mean? It may be red color, it may be some different kind of color, it may be deep red. It will be depend on the material, it will be depend on the material property as well. It can be red, it can be deep, any kind of color. So it is not necessary that black body should be black. No, it will be depend on the material of the property, the material of the body. Okay. Okay. So you have got little bit idea about that, how the black body work and how it is different from normal body. Absorption will be very high, then emission will be very high for the black body. Okay. So here is one formula, alpha. Alpha, there is one formula. Let me show. There is, I have already written here. Alpha is equal to, now you can see, heat absorbed by the body, how much it get absorbed the heat, and how much light incidented on the body. Means if you will compare from the theoretical, two bodies, this is your black body, this is your black body. Okay, sorry, let me write, this is your black body and this is your any kind of polished body. Let me write polished body, P-O-L-I-S-H-E-D. okay, very hard to write with the mouse. Okay, sorry for that. This is the polished body, means you have polished a surface with your paint or any kind of glossy surface. Okay, this is your glossy surface. Now you have given 100 light, as I already told you have given 100 lights. This is just assumption. I'm taking just assumption. 100 light it cannot be. I'm giving just in digits. I'm talking about in digits. And you have given 100 here also. And here what the formula, that heat absorbed by body, how much it will absorb. If you're talking about black body, it will absorb completely. Means here will be 100 out of 100. If you determine the ratio, alpha will be, alpha is equal to 100 rays you are sending. This is incident, 100 incident, and 100 it will absorb. 100 out of 100, alpha will be 1 for black body. Okay, you have proved that thing. But here this is your polished body. What is the function of polished body? It will reflect all the heat. Generally what people doing in the summer, you are wearing white cloth. Why white cloth? You are saying that white cloth emission, it is very high. It will emit all the kind of rays and it will not allow to inside, it will not allow to go inside all the heat in your body. So this is the work of white color. So similarly, if you will polish this surface, what will happen? It will reflect all the heat. What you are sending 100 incident rays, it will reflect all the thing. Now if this body is ideal reflector, then what will happen? You have sent 100 light and it will reflect all, means absorption will be 0, then alpha will be here 0. Now you can see this statement, ideal reflector alpha will be 0 and ideal observer alpha will be 1. These are the hypothetical bodies, but generally used in industrial. Like if you want to derive any kind of derivation based on radiation, then definitely you have to assume if any kind of body which is good absorber or it comes in the category of the black body, then alpha will be 1. I think you have got the point. Then alpha is the ratio of the heat absorbed by the body, how much will be it will absorb, and divided by heat incident on the body, means how much light you are incidenting on the surface of the body. I think you have got the point. Okay, so we have seen little bit about the emissivity, that which is depend on your temperature, area. Okay, and all properties. Okay, so moving ahead, we have discussed about black body as well, and then we will talk about some fundamental theories. Okay, fundamental theories like Kirchhoff's law. And okay, there is few examples like black body, like your sun, graphite. Graphite, it is the black kind of carbon material, and this is the platinum black, gold black. These are the materials. Okay, isothermal enclosure. These are the examples of your black bodies. Okay, now we will see what is the this Kirchhoff's law. Kirchhoff's law, it states that the emissivity of the body at a particular temperature is numerically equal to its absorptivity for the radiant energy from body at same temperature. What it is saying? It is saying that your E, absorptivity, sorry, emissivity proportional to your absorptivity. This is explained by Kirchhoff's law. Okay, and same thing we have written here as well, that it is proportional. If you are talking about any kind of black body, then only this kind of condition exists, means it will follow the Kirchhoff's law. Means complete absorption and complete emission, both, it is proportional, means both are equal, both are equal. If there is any kind of discrepancy, if there is any kind of discrepancy, then it will, you have to explain, you have to add some other factors to explain this phenomena. Okay, okay, now the second thing is the Wien's displacement law. It states that the wavelength corresponding to the maximum energy is inversely proportional to the temperature of the hot body. What it is saying? It is saying if you have any kind of rays which is coming from sun, so somebody can absorb a particular type of maximum wavelength. I'm talking about maximum wavelength, lambda, means 250 nanometer. If you have one body which is absorbing only 250 nanometer, then what you have to do, when you will multiply this lambda, when you will multiply with your temperature, how much heat it is absorbing on the surface, it will be constant. This is the formula of the Wien's displacement law, which is also called the Wien's displacement law. And same thing you can apply to determine distance as well. If you have any kind of body, this is constant, and this constant, it is the fixed value. By knowing the temperature, you can easily determine how much will be the maximum wavelength, and by knowing the value of the lambda, you can easily determine how much will be the temperature of a particular body. If it is, it can be very far from your position as well. If you have one body here, one body here, if distance is 1000 kilometer or 500 kilometer, 500 kilometer, then how you will determine the temperature or lambda? One body, it have some kind of maximum wavelength with respect to temperature, you have to multiply, and this is also a constant value B. And if you want to compare one body to the another body, just multiply, and you can easily determine how much will be the value. Means by knowing the value of the maximum wavelength, this will be known to you, this will be known to your temperature. When you will equate lambda m for second body, this is 2, let me write, this is 2, this is 2, and this is 1, then you can easily compare this thing 1 1. Okay, by knowing this value, you can easily determine temperature of this thing. Or if you want to determine the distance, this is constant value, then you can easily determine lambda m. Lambda m is equal to beta, B means constant value, divided by your temperature. Okay, you can easily get. And now the second formula, this is called as the Stephens-Boltzmann constant. The law states that the emissive power of black body, now you can see the black body is directly proportional to the fourth power of its absolute temperature. Means Q, how much heat which is absorbed by the body, which is proportional to T2 power 4. This is the formula of Stephens-Boltzmann law. Okay, Okay, these are the three very fundamental theory that which explain the mechanism of the radiation. Okay, so we will move ahead and we will discuss. And now you can see here we have also determined how much will be the internal thermal resistance. Okay, how much will be the resistance? Same thing we have seen in earlier yesterday now, that let me show that delta V by, let me show this thing. We have already seen the delta V by R, like electricity, same temperature difference divided by how much is this resistance. This will be your resistance. Okay, same thing you can easily determine for here also. Now you can see here we have determined, like this is the temperature difference and this whole term will be your resistance, and this is your resistance term. Okay, okay, I think this is finished. We have finished, and we will see the heat transfer into the conduction, how we can derive the fundamental theory, that Poisson's theory, all these theory we will see. So this is your body, any kind of three-dimensional body. This is your body. What you have to do, you have to determine how much will be the heat propagate from this position to this position, or in this direction, or in up this part. Okay, we have to determine all in the Cartesian coordinate, how it is changing. So what we have to do, we have to write the material balance or energy balance each and every point. Okay, now start with the material balance. Now you can see we will directly go to the final expression, not final, let me explain one by one. First, if you will provide some kind of heat, then there at a distance delta x, there will be the change in the heat qx plus del x. As I already told, whenever you will write any kind of material balance, then you have to keep in your mind your dimensions should be balanced. Okay, now you can see first heat generation qg, heat generation, it is the formula qg equal to a small q, this is the heat generation, multiplied by volume of the whole cube, and you have multiplied. After that, how you will write this thing? Right, if the heat it is flowing from one direction to the, let me write in x direction, this is your x, if I am assuming here x to x, you are claiming here qx, and here you are claiming qx plus delta x. Okay, then how you will write qx plus delta x? First you have to write this amount of energy, that qx plus dou by dou x, qx multiplied by delta x. If you will do the material balance, or if you will do the unit balance, if you will cut this value, you will get the same q energy. Okay, same thing it is written here, that q x plus delta x will be this formula. Okay, q, you know how much is the q? Q will be ka delta t by, this is the ka. Okay, delta t by delta x, Fourier's law of heat conduction. Just write this, all this value. Now you can see ka delta a will be your perpendicular area he has taken. Perpendicular area means if the heat will flow from this position, then area will be this segment, this is y, this particular, this perpendicular area, this particular area in the cube, that section, q multiplied by perpendicular area. Okay, it will be here it is y, and here it is z. That's why he has written delta y and delta x multiplied by dou t by dou x multiplied by, this is for a small time segment. Okay, and after putting all the value, that q will be cancelled out, because q you are entering Q cancel out, this whole term will remain. Q, you know already formula, Ka del T by del X for a small segment, for a small time interval. When you will multiply, you will get this value. Same thing you have to write for X, Y, Z. It will be same, because if you will write for one Cartesian coordinate and other will be same, for the Y and Z, both position will be same. Then what you have to do, you have to add. After adding all these things, this you have got the final expression. Now you have got the one term. Then second will be your heat generation term, Qg. We have already seen that Qg multiplied by how much of the volume for the small time interval, and this is the energy stored by the element. How much will be? It will store the energy. Now you can see rho is the density of the material, volume, how much is the volume? This is nothing but this is the mass, mcp dt, mcp delta T is equal to, this is the formula of, if you know the specific heat capacity of any kind of material, this will be the temperature difference and this will be the mass, and rho is equal to m by v. M will be rho v, and same thing it is written here, density multiplied by volume. Now you can see density multiplied by volume. If you will put here C is your specific heat capacity, C delta T by delta tau with respect to time, mcp del T. But if you will do the unit balance, delta T will be cancelled out. We are talking about for a small time interval, so we are taking delta tau and delta tau. Okay, I think you have got. And same thing when you will add all the term for Cartesian coordinate, plus how much is the energy generation, how much minus this much is energy will stored, or you can say the accumulation equal to 0. You have to subtract this part is equal to 0, and this final expression you have got. When you will rearrange, this is nothing but Newton's Navier-Stokes equation. When you will rearrange, you will get this final expression. How you will get? Just divide this whole part with del x, del y, del z and del tau. When you will divide with whole term, you will get this particular term. Okay? And here we have applied operator, del operator, and this is the formula of your del operator. This is the formula. If you will write any kind of operator, tau by tau x plus dou by dou y plus dou by dou z. This is the formula of del operator. Okay. K will be your inside. There is one operator as well. Now you can see, if you will assume that thermal conductivity is constant throughout the material, then it will multiply. Now you can say, oh, it is written here. If you will assume the thermal conductivity of the material, it is not changing with respect to time, means it is constant, then it will come out. Now you can see kx, ky, kz, then it will come out, then it will multiply. It will here, it will become the square term. This is the square term. Okay. And this will be the whole formula. And after that, there is one more term comes into the picture, that thermal diffusivity. I will discuss this thing also in your mass transfer as well. This is the formula, alpha is equal to thermal conductivity divided by thermal capacity. Conductivity is K, capacity C multiplied by rho. This is your thermal capacity. This is the formula of thermal diffusivity. And this final expression, when you will rearrange, you will get this final expression, which is called as the Fourier's equation. When you will assume that no internal source of heat generation is present, then this formula get converted into this, and it will become Fourier's equation. Okay. Now this is the second term. When you will apply, there is no, you can say a steady state condition, this particular term will be 0. Then what will happen? This will be the formula. This is your call as the Poisson equation. And when you will assume there is no internal heat generation and a steady state condition, then this is called as the Laplace equation. Okay, these are further modification based on your application. Okay, this is the fundamental expression for your Cartesian coordinate for any kind of body for heat conduction. Okay, for the Cartesian coordinate means there will be x, y, z condition, then only this kind of theory it is applicable. And here you have seen three kind of formula. One is the Fourier equation, another one is Poisson equation, and the Laplace equation. Okay, this is for composite body, and we have solved a lot of problem on based on that. And here we have seen that how the body it is act as a resistance, and how we will solve like this circuits, and we have solved a lot of problem as well. Okay, and this is the overall heat transfer coefficient, and this is nothing but just apply, just determine for the whole body. Now this is the final expression. Q is equal to UA T final minus T initial, mean heating and cooling. Just add all the value by doing some rearrangement, you will get final expression. This is the UA delta T. You generally apply QA delta T, correct? QA delta T, Q is equal to KA delta T. And Q is equal to, for convection, HA delta T. Okay, this if you want to add both terms, then there is the one formula, Q is equal to UA delta T. U will be your overall heat transfer coefficient. This is conduction heat transfer coefficient, this is the convective heat transfer coefficient, area, and this is the delta T by delta X, and this is your change in temperature. And here will be UA delta T. Delta T means whole body. If you are talking about composite, there is the three kind of material, 1, 2, 3, and here will be some kind of hot material, and here will be the cold material. Okay, hot material, and this is the cold material. Then if you assume, if you want to determine the whole heat transfer for the whole body, then you have to apply Q is equal to UA delta T. Okay, this is the formula for overall heat transfer coefficient. And if you see, it incorporate both convective heat transfer and conduction heat transfer. And these were the numericals, and we have solved 5 to 6 numerical as well. And okay, we also did this simulation as well. And here we also discussed that there is the three kind of approaches: how analytical method, graphical method, or analogical method, and the non-dimensional, or you can say the numerical method. These are the three approach we generally apply to determine your how much is the heat transfer. Now you can see graphical representation. You have to convert into small pieces, or you have to cut into very small segment, and you have to assume that these are equivalent to a rectangular kind of thing. Okay, these things. And this kind of generally factor apply for determining or calculating the numericals, only numerical. There is no theory as well. Okay, there is only numericals, means if you have any kind of shaped body, any kind of, not rectangular, any kind of circular body, any kind of cylindrical body, if you want to determine, then you have to cut into a small pieces, and you have to apply the graphical representation. And these are the formula shape factors, because there is one term comes the shape factor. If you will get this kind of problems, then you have to apply this formula.